Hello, I'm Jordan Midler, and this week on Raj Quit we're taking a look at a series of games so glitchy you'll wonder if the developers midway through making the game decided to take a gap year and not bother coming back. The game that made me think of some of the most glitch-ridden messes of all time was the recent release of the latest in my problem child of a series, WWE 2K. The previous games weren't good, but at least you could rely on them not to present you with such Lovecraftian horror that you'd wish your eyelids would seal shut. Take a look at poor Becky Lynch here. She's the cover star of the game, but not only does her character model look like a porn parody version cast by someone who hasn't watched wrestling since the 80s, that's when it's working as intended. Try putting a mask on her and her skin becomes less attached to her than your limbs would be after tap dancing in a minefield. I've staged amateur productions of the musical Cats using recently taxidermied family pets that were less harrowing to look at, and cheaper. For a series that has taken several steps back in the name of being realistic, it's ironic that this year most characters have developed levitation powers the Undertaker couldn't dream of. It's like when you would invite the weird kid to play with wrestling figures and he'd start making up his own rules. Oh, I have infinite finishers, oh I can fly, oh I can do the Pennywise dance so fast that it rips a hole in the fabric of time. You know, I think clips like this are the point where it stops being a glitch and starts to become loose bits of programming casually thrown together, as if whoever made the game was just hoping it would sort itself out. Like when your steaming pal leaves a night out and you don't hear that they got home safely, so you just go to bed hoping that he won't be on the news the next day. But in this case they charge 50 quid and you don't even get the prerequisite madwit kebab. Becky's face reminds me of another classic of the glitch genre, Assassin's Creed Unity, a thrilling exploration into running at buildings and hoping that the main character doesn't suddenly have a proclivity for getting intimate with ancient stonework. When you weren't leaping to your death or getting acquainted with random bits of furniture, your skin came to the conclusion that it had quite enough of the relationship with your face and decided to go on strike. It turns out the dental care in revolutionary France was much more advanced than people think. That's actually what the musical Les Mis is about. Fantine dreams a dream of shiny new dentures and to have the memory of this absolutely atrocious game chemically wiped from her brain. Assassin's Creed appropriately has a long history of games going a bit wobbly in the reality department. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag is one of my favourites in the series, but several of the game's characters didn't seem to think so when they were all being raptured. They were probably just sick of being the crew on a ship that would occasionally rise from the depths with such force that everyone involved should have been a part of the first mission to the moon. What would an exploration of game glitches be without a visit to Todd Howard's Nightmare Factory? Although to be fair, this first one's from New Vegas, where upon starting the game, the friendly local doctor's head decides to start spinning around like it's the opening to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Skyrim was revealed to be set in a time pre-Michael Jackson cancellation, as occasionally the dragons would decide to bust out a moonwalk. Finally, my beloved Skate series isn't immune to the occasional glitch. Okay, the third one is more notable for the number of times the physics went mental than the actual game itself. Whether it was giving Johnny Knoxville a run for his money by breaking every bone in your body, or reenacting me trying to get up the stairs after a particularly harsh night. Oh, there's the spinning head again. How about relocating your pelvis somewhere north of your jaw? The Skate 3 physics engine is really a love letter to video game glitches everywhere. It feels held together with decade-old blue tack, and most of the challenge isn't from landing tricks, it's from making sure your poor skater maintains a corporeal form instead of arriving massive limbs straight from the pages of the Necronomicon. Anyway, I'm off before my skin decides to slide off my face and my bones turn into broken custard creams. Tell me your favourite glitches down below. Until next time, remember to subscribe to BBC The Social Gaming. I'm Jordan Midler. See you later.